It's been just over a year that I trained to do the ONYFIX nail correction system, and I wanted to come back and let you guys know how I have gotten on, my experience, the things that I've learned, things that I've picked up, and do I actually think it's worth it? Does it actually work? All that type of information, which I'm sure you guys are interested in, right? So this is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, but I do also want to take you guys through the unboxing of the ONYFIX kit as well, and you know, where I store it in my domiciliary bag, because I take it out with me when I go on my rounds. And yeah, that's the rundown, guys. So hopefully this video is going to be a good one for you. Let's go. Okay, so when the box arrived, it was very well packaged. It was boxes within boxes. So when I opened it up, everything was boxed up. So it came with the ONYFIX Soft, ONYFIX Hard. It came with a spatula, the applicator for the ONYFIX Soft, the primer. It came with some Q-tips, as well as the flashlight and some literature as well. With all that, I wanted to just quickly now show you how I store my ONYFIX nail correction before I get into the nitty-gritty of my experience. So I don't have a clinic, I do domiciliary rounds, so I store it in my domiciliary bag. I have a separate compartment for it, which is in this little thing right over here. I'm going to open it up for you, hopefully it won't all fall out, and as you can see, that's my ONYFIX nail correction kit. So one of the other things that I do carry with me is these glasses. So you can see my ring light, that's new, guys, this is why the lighting's different. But yeah, so I use these now when I'm using the blue light, and I also have one for my client as well. That blue light is bright, so this just protects the eye. I gave them to my client the other day and she was like, oh, that's really nice. You know what I mean? It sort of showed a bit of care. But yeah, I look like a numpty, but there we go, you know, and yeah, I think they're really good. I think they're really good to have. Some people don't do that, they just use their hand to cover the blue light, which is fine, that's what I did. But yeah, I just decided I think this is better for me and my practice. So with the blue light, it came with a USB charger. So I charge this every week. It takes about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour to charge. So it starts off red, you'll see a red light, and then it turns green. So it is recommended that you charge it every single week. And I messaged the lady, Brenda, that does the training, and I asked her what the life expectancy of this is, because obviously I need to incorporate that into my prices. And she said 2 years is the life expectancy of one of these, the blue lights. That's a really, really good thing to know. This is probably one of the questions that a lot of people want to know, whether it's worth the investment. Does it actually work? Do you actually see results? And I can confidently say, yes, you do. I absolutely love ONYFIX nail correction because it works. The only thing is that it takes a long time. Even though I believe that it is a fantastic treatment, I always say to my clients that there is no guarantee, because guys, you just never know. There's probably going to be that one person who it just doesn't work on. You know, so I always say that there's never 100% guarantee. One thing to note is that it's also down to client compliance. I had a lady and then she kept cancelling. So it kept going further and further apart, the appointments where I needed to actually go in and see her. Also, she didn't change her habits, footwear, all that type of stuff, you know, that kind of caused the involuted nail in the first place. They need to work with me when I am helping them with their nails, right? So they have to start looking at their footwear or their socks or whatever it is that may be causing that involuted nail in the first place, or that ingrown toenail. So how often do I see my clients? It really depends on which toe I'm working with and how many toes as well. So with the big toenail, it's usually every 3 months, and with the lesser toes, it's every 2 months, because obviously the bigger toe takes longer for the ONYFIX to get to the top as opposed to the lesser toes. So when I go back to see my client that has the ONYFIX on the lesser toe, I usually take that ONYFIX off and apply a new one. Whereas when I see somebody who has it on the big toe, if it's halfway up, then I would generally do a double band. So I would apply another ONYFIX at the widest part and then leave that one that I put on previously in place, because it's not at the end of the toe yet. So that's what I do, and I feel like that works really well for me and for the client as well. And I actually believe that it will probably help with straightening that nail really well too. So that's just my observation. That's just something that I've decided to do. So when it comes to removing the ONYFIX nail correction, when I first started, okay, I wasn't too sure, but I think I tried to use a burr, which is probably the worst thing you can do because it takes blooming ages and it creates so much dust. So the best thing is just to use an old pair of nippers. It comes off straight away. The best thing you can do, old pair of nippers. So don't throw away your nippers, guys, if you don't need them anymore, because you can use them for your ONYFIX. That's what I do and it works wonders. The other important thing that I have found that I've learned along the way is by taking photographs. So taking pictures of my clients' feet to monitor the progress. It also encourages them when you're able to show your clients what their nails look like before and what they look like now. It's amazing, and it's amazing for me as well because it gives me that boost as well that I've done something to help someone. So always take photos, obviously with your client's permission. In my newsletter that I sent out recently, I kind of shared what I'm sharing with you guys now, and somebody messaged me back, a fellow foot health practitioner, and she gave me a little bit of advice. She also wanted to add on is to make sure that you measure it. She said numbers are good, so measure the width of the nail before and after, and seeing how much the nail plate has changed and, you know, gone back to its natural nail shape. So that is definitely something that I will be adopting, is by measuring it. So she mentioned that she just uses the normal nurse's tape. I do have on my blade holders the measurements, so I guess I could use that. So that is definitely something that I'm going to think about and apply to my practice when it comes to ONYFIX. And last but definitely not least, how much do you charge for ONYFIX? I've had a few people inbox me asking me just how much do you charge, or I've seen it on, you know, social media, forums and groups and stuff. When you're on training, you're actually given advice, you know, the RRP, the recommended retail price to charge for ONYFIX nail correction for the big toe and the smaller toe. When I was on training, it was £25 for the smaller toes and £45 for the bigger toes. So you just add that on top of your normal price that you charge clients to go and see them or for them to come and see you. Right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit that like button. Also, if you have any questions whatsoever about ONYFIX, please put it in the comments down below and I will respond and give you whatever information you need if I know it. If I don't, I'll probably divert you onto somewhere which does. And thank you very much for all of you who have subscribed to my channel. It has been climbing up, which has been really nice. And yeah, just wanted to say that I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right then, bye.